Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is episode 8 of Soul Talks with Esme. I'm your host, Esme Gregg. I'm a spiritual coach, an intuitive energy healer, Reiki master, and best-selling author. About Soul Talks with Esme. Soul Talks with Esme is an online video talk show where high conscious topics are discussed with the intention of sharing uplifting stories and helpful topics, so that we all can grow from these stories. And then we want to share journeys and stories. Sorry, I lost my place. And so that we can all help and move forward in our happy soul evolution. So thank you for being here live. I'm so excited to see you. And let's see, I hope that you are watching on YouTube. The channel is Happy Soul Evolution. Also, I'm live right now on Facebook on my personal page, Esme Gregg, and my business page, intuitive.esmegregg. So it would be awesome if you subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share this video so that others can find it. I appreciate it. And like I said, today's episode is going to be fun. Also, if you're watching on the replay, welcome. I appreciate you being here. And today is episode 8. We've been here for 8 weeks. It's amazing. I can't believe it. Thanks to your support and your love. And today's episode is on how to shift your financial reality through energy healing. And our special guest is Darcie Elizabeth. So let me tell you about Darcie. She's an intuitive money healer, a CPA, best-selling author, and a speaker. Her energetic and intuitive experience, coupled with over 10 years as a CPA within the corporate world, supports her vision in changing the way the world interacts and moves forward with money. Her work is guided by both the practical and energetic aspects of money. She's able to support you and guide you as you uncover and shift the unseen pieces of your relationship to money so that you can confidently move forward in creating the business and life of your dreams. And so let's get Darcie on the camera. I see some of your comments. Hi, guys. Let me get Darcie. Darcie, where are you? Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So appreciative of you being here. I'm looking at our comments. Hi to our friends. Hi, Anisha. Hi, Stacy. Oh, yeah. So since we're live, Darcie, I forgot to tell you, we're going to be reading comments also.
Perfect. Yeah, you let me know what they say. I can't see them at the moment, but.
Yes. So we may have some questions too. So if we have some questions for you, I will read them. Okay. So wow, what a bio. It's amazing. So you went from a CPA to working energetically with money.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So the shift for me started, it didn't complete, about 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, I became pregnant. So with our first child. And up until that point had been running, like many, very unconsciously through life. I was very driven, type A, workaholic, just knew that I wanted to climb the corporate ladder, and I was running full speed ahead. And when I've had the very unexpected happy surprise that I was pregnant with our first child, it really stopped me in my tracks. And that pregnancy allowed me to open my eyes to what I was doing in a very conscious way, and looking to see, okay, is this the life that I want? Does this run through my values? Is this what I want to be experiencing? And is this like kind of the life that I want to have for my child? And that experience started the shift for me. And that was really I don't want to be doing this anymore. I was traveling the world at that point, working, a lot of hours, and it didn't appeal to me anymore. it wasn't, of course I wanted to keep traveling, but I wanted to do it in a way that felt really good and easy and fun. So that kind of started my shift of, this doesn't feel good anymore. And I got the idea of, okay, well, I'm going to become my own boss. I will find a way to become my own boss so that I can kind of take control of that for financial freedom, time freedom. And it started there. And that was 7 years ago. I've only been doing, energy healing in this way through this lens of money for about 18 months now. So it took me then, 5.5 years from that point to do my own healing work in order to get to a place where then I could step in this way, leave kind of the corporate position and fully step into this role that I'm doing now, where I do have this financial freedom, I do have this time freedom, but I had to pre-pave the path with energy work. And I like to tell people the reason I do what I do now is because I had to take myself through it in those 5.5 years. And I had those issues with money and be able to help myself in that way. And then now, and of course it led me, I never in a million years thought it would, but it led me to wanting to support other people in that way too.
Wow. And to add to that, so we're both in the book Trailblazers, and that's how we know each other. And so a few days ago when I was reading your story to freshen up for today, I saw that you were going through, your awakening without even knowing it, basically, all these changes, like you said, through your pregnancy or after your pregnancy. But then, so you did all this inner work and then you started healing the money part.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. I started without even, first it started with almost with conscious parenting, finding conscious parenting and healing my own inner child, which Esme has a whole show, which I'm sure is amazing, on inner child healing, and doing that work to help me as a parent, to help me be the parent that I wanted to be for my child, and is now 3 children. And that work then led me to energy work and to finding out like, oh, there's more to this life than what you can see with your physical eyes, and started to just slowly take me deeper, down the rabbit hole to energy work, and led me to this place where I was really comfortable in working with the unseen pieces of the world. And when I got to that place, I was still struggling with money. So even as a CPA, which was one of the biggest pieces that I had to work through, was the shame that I had as a CPA, not having, my finances in order as people would see it, having a large amounts of debt, not being able to pay it down, finding ourselves at the end of the month struggling because we had nothing left, going through that same pattern of money in, money right out the door, money in, money right out the door, and not really seeing this excess amount that we could then put towards our goals, put towards paying down debt, towards what we wanted to move into, and working through with energy work, the shame and the pieces inside. Again, that's this inner healing work, to allow myself to give my body what it needed to help move through that. And once I found energy work and could see that, okay, my finances still aren't where I want them to be, finding money mindset work and starting to delve into that realm, I thought, well, I've got to go deeper. I know there's a way that we can go deeper underneath the pattern to get to the belief and what's actually rooting it in there in order to clear it. Because journaling, affirmations, mindset work are amazing, and I use them all. But there's another component that allows you to get even deeper underneath to shift that. And it was really allowing myself to then take the energetic work, and, I was Reiki attuned, and I was so into the intuitive and energetic work and helping other people in their lives in that way. Then being like, okay, I'm going to apply this here to my financial situation, doing that very successfully, and then finding that, okay, well, I want to help other people with that, because for most people, not most, many people, we think that the lack of money is the thing that's holding us back in life. It's the thing that is stopping us from not being able to live out our purpose, to live our dreams, to see through our visions. And I want to help people to detach from that belief and to take the power back within themselves through healing their relationship to money and shifting that relationship to money so that they can live differently. They can manifest the life of their dreams without putting money on a pedestal in a way in order to get there.
Yes. And so wow, there's so much there. And thank you for sharing that, because I think all of us, all of us can identify with some version of that, going through the cycle of maybe just making just enough money to pay the bills and not having enough, or not making enough and just kind of just creating more and more debt.
Yes.
And especially this year, it's just everything's even crazier. So how can we, with the stress of reality, right? Like my son, he says, "Mom, I don't visualize. I'm a realist." Like he's total opposite now of me. I think as energetically, just kind of.
Well, yeah, yours, Mom. Yeah, so
like doing the opposite. Like, oh yeah, you do all that woo-woo stuff. No, I'm a realist. And so there's a lot of us that are just stuck in the reality of I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent or my mortgage. And so with all of that going on, how would you share for the audience, how can they start looking within?
Yes. So, and that's perfect, because of course there's no denying the reality of situations. I've been in situations like that before. People are in even more dire situations. They're real. We can't wish them or affirm them away. They're reality, and we have to be able to play in this reality as well. Like, that's why we're here, is to experience. And when we think about, I will answer your question, I promise, but this is just coming through. When we think about, it's so important that we're looking at the two pieces of money. So this very practical aspect and the energetic and kind of spiritual aspect, because the one without the other isn't going to do anything. So if you're just staying in the energetic and staying in the, well, I'm put it up on my vision board and I dream about it every night and I'm manifesting, not there's anything wrong with that, without the practical and the inspired action piece, not much is going to happen. And if you're just stuck, whatever hand I had, if you're just stuck in the practical and the action piece without looking at the underlying energetic pieces, you're also not going to. You might see short-term success because you're restricting yourself in a way and forcing something to happen. But long-term, you will swing back to what those underlying beliefs are, because you can only force yourself into this tight space for so long. Like if it's restricting yourself on a budget or eating ramen for every meal to try to save money, you can't do that forever. So it's a blend of both. Okay, so to answer your question, the first step to take is that I feel like sharing and that feels relevant for today's world for right now is looking at your emotional attachment to money. So when we think about our inner world, our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. What we see in our outer world, there's nothing wrong with it. Whether you have negative 1,000 to your name or you have 1,000,000 to your name, you're perfect, you're worthy, you're no better or worse than anybody else. So it's not about getting better. It's not about healing so that you're more worthy of receiving money. It's simply about having a different experience with money and being able to shift your body into that new experience so that you're aligned with it. Again, nothing wrong with any of us. When I say healing, I don't mean that you're broken. You don't need to be fixed. We're just shifting your experience. Okay. So when we're looking at what we can shift and what we can do now, your emotional connection to money is the first place I would look. Looking at how you relate to money, how you feel about money, being able and opening your eyes to be consciously aware of your feelings, your thoughts, your
words.
Yeah, your words. Perfect. Yes, thank you. That come up when you are in interactions with money. So while you are in that situation, finding a way to get acceptance of it, and then allowing yourself to be hyper aware around your of course, if it feels safe to do so, of your thoughts and your feelings and your words around money, and starting there. It doesn't have to be, and I think it can be kind of toxic with this online world of us, like, I want to shift this week, or I want to shift overnight, and I want to shift in here. There's no timetable on healing, nor should we want to push through in a way. There's so much in the discomfort that's part of your story as you move through it, and the acceptance of it is a huge piece. So starting there with that conscious realization, looking at those pieces and grounding every single day. When someone's in that state and they're like, I need something to help me right now, it's grounding every single day. And I'll take us through a grounding visualization in a little bit too. Perfect. But grounding every single day to help bring calm to your nervous system, to help stabilize your nervous system, because it's hard to react from a different place if you're in a fight or flight mode. If you're in fight or flight, if you're in this high stress body, if your body's in high stress, you're going to keep taking action in a way because your body's in fear for its survival. So of course your body is not going to be like, oh, just chill, everything's okay, it'll work out. Like, you can't do that. You're worried about how to pay your rent, if you're going to have a place to stay, what you have to eat. So when you're in that place, grounding is the utmost importance so that you can bring your nervous system down. Why this is important is because you can make decisions. You make decisions differently, whether you're in a high stress state versus a low stress state. If you can ground your body and you can allow yourself to be in this calm, grounded state and do it frequently, you can make different decisions than you would in a high stress state. Oftentimes, we hear it all the time, where you're looking for an answer to a problem, and when you do find it, it was right there all along. It was right in front of you, but you couldn't see it. And that's kind of a perfect example of when you're in a high stress state versus a low stress state. You're not going to be able to see the best solution for you moving forward when you are in that state. If you can help bring your nervous system down, it's a lot easier to see the solution that's going to help you get to where you want to go. So if anything, it's grounding, and starting with grounding, and then allowing yourself to openly look at, okay, how am I feeling around money? Then looking at the emotional components, and then allowing yourself to bring in and find tools to help move through those emotional pieces. But first, grounding. That's number one.
Perfect. And in energy healing world, so just to go a little bit further to add to what you're saying, so the grounding, the root chakra is the first chakra, and that's where our money and abundance and security, it's either balanced or out of whack, and it can be hyper or overactive or not active, and that's really where it's the most basic part of us, of our energy. And so it's the root, right? So if you think of a tree, if it doesn't have appropriate water and nutrition, it starts to die, right? Or dry up. So the root is the most important part. And that's where we can connect to the abundance and the security, the freedom, which is what money is. And money gives us that feeling of security and freedom, but we can have those feelings, right, without money. So maybe I kind of skipped a little bit forward. But so that grounding helps. The grounding exercise helps just with that basic need of feeling secure, feeling safe.
Yeah, 100%. So that takes you really back to that base and allows you to tap into those feelings, and allows you to, of safety, security, support, and allowing you to feel it regardless of your bank account changing. And that's the important piece, is you can feel safe, support, and secure without your bank account changing. You can take yourself into that state. And yes, some might say, well, you're sticking your head in the sand. But at the same time, why can't you feel safe, supported, and secure without that changing, and realize that you can, in a much easier way, shift your financial reality, take decisions, or make decisions, take action from that state and make decisions that aren't taking you back to the same patterns, when you can ground and connect. And that's the first kind of thing that you can do. And as anyone who's aware of energy work or energy healing or just the spiritual path, you will get led to the next pieces. As you start something in motion, your path lights up for you. So if it's starting with grounding every day and allowing yourself to start to rewire your body so that when you open up your banking app and you feel that like rush of maybe anxiety or whatever it is, because you feel like it's not enough. And again, someone who has $20,000 in the bank or someone who has $1 in the bank could have the exact same emotional reaction. So it has nothing to do with the dollar amount. It has everything to do with what you make that dollar amount mean. And to everybody, it's different. I've worked with some people where they can have tens of thousands of dollars in their bank account and still have that same emotional reaction that someone with negative feels. So it does not have anything to do with the dollar amount. It all comes back to your body and what feels safe to you. Because for some, safety is having $1,000, and to some, it's $100,000. And it's working with your body's very unique limit or whatever that is for you, and being able to expand that. But it starts with bringing that sense of safety to your body first, so that you can make decisions from that state rather than a reactive state, or a high stress state, I'll call it.
That is so correct. I love that. And looking at comments, I don't see any new comments, so I don't know if something's wrong with the comments, but I only see the comments from the beginning. So if you guys have any questions or any more comments, please do so. And
Yeah.
I think maybe let's walk through that grounding exercise.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So if you are free to do it with us now, or you're watching the replay, I don't know how long this will be. We'll see. It won't be long, but you can close your eyes, and if you're somewhere safe to do so, and just follow along. So I'll take you through a visualization, and you can start to feel what that grounding means. And then we'll even connect in with the energy of money. So a lot of what I do is talking about the energy. Everything's energy. We're energy, money's energy, and connecting in with that flow of resources and support that's available. Okay. All right. So you can close your eyes. And as you do, you can maybe place your hand on your chest or maybe on your belly. Just allow yourself to breathe normally here, just for a few breaths. And just start to feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel your chest or your belly rising and falling with each in and out. Just bringing us back to our bodies right now. We get so caught up throughout the day. It's nice just to come back into our physicality. Now I want you to bring your attention and awareness down to your root chakra at the base of your spine. Just imagine your eyes are focused down in that area. And you can imagine maybe a glowing ball of energy that's just rotating at the base of your spine. Again, this is where that sense of safety, support, security comes from. Working for you, turning for you, and helping move your energy through your body. I want you to imagine at the base of this ball of energy, you see that there are roots beginning to grow downwards. I want you to watch these roots going through your legs, out the bottom of your feet, and watch as these roots begin breaking through any structure they need to in order to get to the earth. As those roots reach the earth, just watch as they begin to break ground, diving in. Just follow those roots as they spread wide and deep, starting to anchor you into the earth. Now we're going to take a breath in and out here. And when you breathe out, I want you to send the air down into those roots. So deep breath in here. And breathe out, sending your air down through those roots into the earth. And as you do, visualize that they're opening more fully. They're strengthening with your breath. We're going to take another breath in and out. And when we breathe in, we're going to pull the air up from the earth, through the roots and into your body. And then breathe out, sending it out the top of your head. So deep breath in, pull the air up from the earth into your body. And breathe out, sending it out the top of your head. Seeing that grounding, supportive energy from the earth circulating inside your body, outside your body. We're going to do that one more time. Deep breath in, pull the air up into your body. And breathe out through the top of your head. Now we're going to set the intention that this next in and out breath is helping to clear anything from your body that's not yours. Maybe whatever you were watching or doing right before on Facebook or YouTube, there's something that's still kind of stuck in your head. Maybe a conversation with somebody else's emotional state is just kind of sticking on you. We're going to use this next breath in and out, and it's going to clear it out of your body, releasing it. So deep breath in from the earth into your body. And breathe out through the top of your head, releasing what isn't yours and what you're ready to let go of. As you do, just feel the support, feel how balanced and secure you feel in your body right now. Coming to this neutral state. And now we're going to call in the energy of money, just for you to feel what this balanced, neutral state, how the energy of money wants to support you and can flow into your life. So with your eyes still closed, just imagine this black, expansive space behind your eyelids. You're going to invite in the physical representation of the energy of money out in front of you. Again, with your eyes still closed. Just allow your intuition, your body to show you what that looks like for you. Might be a person, an object, a color. Could just be a feeling. Once that's apparent to you, I want you to see how you are energetically connected to this representation of money in front of you. We're all connected to each other. So just see what that energetic cord or connection looks like from you running out to money. Just take a moment and allow yourself to pull that image up. Allow yourself to get curious, to look and see what it's composed of, what it feels like. We're going to do some energetic work actually to clear that connection so that it feels easier, so that the energy can flow in a way that allows you to feel safe, supported, and secure. So now you see that image out in front of you. You have an image or a knowing of what that connection is from you to it. We're going to come back to your body now and those roots underneath the earth. And with our next in-breath, we're going to pull the energy up through your body. And when you breathe out, instead of sending it out the top of your head, you're going to send it down this cord to money. So deep breath in, pull the air up into your body. And breathe out, sending that energy down that cord over to money. I'm going to do that one more time. Deep breath in, pull that up from the earth. And breathe out, sending it down that cord over to money. As you do, seeing anything that wasn't serving, wasn't allowing that energy through, it's now fallen down to the earth. And now that this energy flow has started from the earth and through your connection to money, you can see that the cord might be shifting. That connection to money might be shifting. And hopefully you can see and feel a better flow than when we started. Okay, so I know this was quick, but we're going to send any love and appreciation you want to over to the energy of money, to your body, for taking us through this quick grounding and connection exercise. Just remind yourself that you can connect in with money in this way. And again, money is just this representation of the way that we receive support and resources in this life, money just being one of them. Okay, so when you're ready, you can slowly come back to the room, open your eyes. And I hope that I feel grounded. I hope you all here who are here and who are watching the replay can feel that sense of grounding that comes in from, I don't know how long we were doing that. It might have been longer than I had planned, but can feel that sense of grounding just from getting back into your body, letting go of all the stuff that puts us into this hyper active, I think that's the right word, state, and allows you to come back to the truth, into your body, and allows you to start thinking about money in a different way, looking at these unseen pieces, these energetic pieces of money in a different way.
Wow, I really love that. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Sure.
No,
It was quick.
yeah, it was quick, but I think it was almost 10 minutes. I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
I didn't look at the time when we started, but yeah, I could feel it. I've done exercises like this, but I've never done it where there's a connection cord or energy cord. So that was really cool, feeling it and seeing it. It's just like really felt the connection. I've done just like more just the merging of the energies.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, this came to me maybe a year ago for myself because I hadn't been connecting in that way. And really when I maybe 18 months ago when I kind of started doing this more with clients and myself. It was a great visual to use and to help when we think about, we're all, we create these cords and these connections energetically with all kinds of things all day long, and looking at, how it's constructed. There's so much in our intuition and with the visuals and the images that we get that can give us clues and puzzle pieces as to what's going on underneath the surface. Again, looking at past the patterns into like why you're really doing what you're doing with money. And that's just a really quick way. And even taking out the money piece, just the grounding, just the roots and getting back into your body is all you need to do to start. And even one thing I like to tell people too is to take this concept into all your interactions with money. Of course, that's saying that you can like stop, take a second. But if you think about it, if you're sitting down with a partner and you're going to sit down and talk about a budget, or you are about to, sit down and pay your bills and, I don't know, write checks, pay online, whatever, however you do it. Allowing yourself to ground, to get into your body and to come in this state actually helps you because you're shifting the intention. So if you're sitting down and paying your bills and you're paying your credit card bills and you're sitting there and you're kind of worked up because you feel this, maybe there's a bit of strain or you're frustrated with yourself that you even have credit card payments, or you're sitting down to talk to your partner and you're like, oh, they're not on the same page with me around a budget and this is frustrating. And if you stop and allow your body to ground and come from this state, you can a lot more easily move into acceptance, appreciation, gratitude when it comes. And although, yes, you can say that sticking your head in the sand again, but if you can make those little shifts, you can build on them. So if anything, just starting to ground before you check your banking app, before you pay a bill, before you talk to someone about money, before you make an investment, helps you to shift not only your energy in the transaction, but it helps you shift the outcome. So I like to tell people too, before you sit down, if you want to make an investment in something, sitting down and grounding and allowing your energy to come from that place, and then seeing, first of all, if you need to take the investment from a grounded state versus more of a hyperactive state, it allows you to make different decisions, or decisions that will help you. Of course, there's nothing wrong with either decision, but it helps you to make them from a grounded state.
Not from fear.
Yes, exactly. And allowing you to run it through that filter in a way. So just grounding is used in all kinds of ways and can drastically shift your long-term outcome when it comes to your financial goals by allowing yourself to ground first, because you will make different decisions. You will shift the outcome of decisions by allowing yourself to ground first.
Beautiful. And we got some comments.
Oh, yay.
So yeah, what a beautiful meditation. Anna, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for watching.
She wrote, thank you so much. Much needed it today. Lynette is saying that she felt the connection.
Thanks, Lynette.
Hi, Agnes. She said it was amazing and thank you. Beautiful. Some people are tagging other people like, watch this. So
yay, thanks for sharing the love.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, I totally agree. I remember years ago, and I don't remember who. If I remember who I heard it from, I would share. But some teachers, online, like I love Abraham Hicks. They talk a lot about money and energy and things like this, and about how the feeling of it, energetic feeling, comes first before the manifestation. And yeah, somewhere they said, be grateful when you are paying your bills, like you said, let it come from a place of gratitude. And yeah, so if you're not in that mindset, like you said, doing that grounding work, you can't help but kind of get there, at the very least in a neutral way, right?
Yes. Even if you can get neutral, that's better than
like, like I'm paying, my car payment, right? Instead of saying like, so when I pay my bills, I mean, most of them are automatic, but even when I see my balance or when I see the notification or when I'm at the grocery store, we're running that payment process or writing a check, few things some of us still write a check for, but it's like mentally or in our mind, we can just kind of say, thank you, God, thank you, universe, thank you, source, just thank you for allowing me to be able to pay this off. Like I have a friend that says, if I can pay my mortgage, my rent, even if I'm left without money, it's like, I'm good. At least I know my rent is paid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like doing that, like respectfully, with honor and
Yep.
love and appreciation. So I love that idea of grounding first. And I think everybody really loved it too.
Oh, good. And it's a base. And it's, if this is a new way to look at money, it's a base to start with. And then you can build just with everything. We start with you start somewhere and then you build from that place. So when we're talking about shifting our financial reality, it's really about going back into your body. And I think I kind of mentioned this a little bit, but it's around your body being comfortable and you moving forward. So if you can get to this grounded state first, and then allowing things will shift. They have no choice but to. If you can start to shift, getting into grounding, and instead of maybe being resentful or angry at yourself, and starting to come from a grounded place, eventually you can move into shifting your body's limit in what it's comfortable in receiving. So that's kind of the base, and starting to get more neutral emotionally around money. And then moving into how you can shift your financial reality, how you can move towards your goals by working with your body and increasing that comfort level in your body. Because when you think about patterns and the beliefs underneath, we keep creating patterns and we keep taking action in the way that we do that keeps taking us into the same financial pattern because of the belief here, because this is where our body's comfortable. And going to that level and allowing our body to feel comfortable with receiving more. And whether that's because you don't feel worthy of receiving it, or you feel like things are too easy and you're not working hard enough. So of course you're not going to receive, financially, like you've got happiness, health, family. So, I can't have it all. If that's kind of running in underneath the surface, there's so many ways that we have programming where we don't feel worthy of receiving what it is we desire, what it is we want for various reasons. We're all unique. We all have different upbringings, and the messages we receive, the conditioning we received when we were young from parents, caregivers, whoever it was you were around, is likely what's running the show underneath. So going back there is an easy way to see why your body's not comfortable in moving forward, because it wants to keep you kind of in that same state. If you were raised in a very stressful financial situation when you were young, if things were very scarce, if, whoever was taking care of your parents, caregivers, if they were in this lack mentality, then until you consciously look at it, you're going to be taking action to recreate that. Just the same way as even when you look at parenting, if you don't consciously look at why you're doing what you're doing with your kids, it's like you hear the saying like, oh, you sound like your mother, or I'm turning into my mother, or you sound like your dad, whatever it is. That just shows you how easily we just repeat the things that we were shown or the way that we were raised. And the same thing goes with money. Until you start to look at why you're doing what you're doing and start to bring more awareness to it, you're going to see yourself taking those same actions. And of course, if anybody's watching the show, I know if they're connected with you, they're on that growth path. They want to grow. They want to evolve. So that concept isn't new, but you can apply it towards money as well and start to shift when you can look at those underlying beliefs in the body, shift there, and then bring in the practical, because the practical is important as well. We can't let go of those pieces and stick our heads in the sand when it comes to looking at our numbers, understanding how much we spend, how much comes in. For your business owner, understanding your financials and having basic financial literacy and knowledge, those are really important. But until we take care of why you're not comfortable looking at your numbers, or why, you're not looking at things the way you should as a business owner, or just in your life in general for your finances, till you look there, you really can't force yourself to do it. It's sure you can force yourself for a little bit, but it's really going underneath that and seeing why your body's not comfortable looking at the numbers. And oftentimes it brings you right back to childhood when you get there.
Exactly. And my coach, my coach is Jay Shetty, and I remember in one of the coaching sessions, and sometimes I still hear him. So this is just sharing. So the thing that, and most teachers will tell us that, like, the thing that we're afraid the most, or the thing that we want to do the least, is the one thing that we should actually do first thing. Face it, get it done. If it's a task, get it done. If it's a process, or something that will take longer term, start that, face it, look at yourself in the mirror and go through it, because that's what's going to, there's a quote, and I love this quote. It's like, the cave that you're scared to enter is the cave that will set you free, or something like
Holds
that.
the treasure that you seek, or something. Yes.
Yeah. I'll find the actual quote. I'll share it later, but you know what I mean. So that's exactly what this is. And in our body, when we're children, just to kind of explain a little bit for people, it's, we put it in our body as emotions. Right? So it's like stored in there. So and it just builds up. And so it becomes something, and then it can become a physical energy, in the sense that it manifests in maybe like shoulder pain, or a certain, it's usually some sort of pain here, but we can store it in different areas, even outside in our energetic body. And so it just kind of stores there, right? And that's where it becomes the energy block.
Yes.
And so, so if we're going back to a certain payment, we're going to make a payment, and it's like, man, we start feeling a guilt about making the payment. Maybe we shop too much, and now we have a couple of thousands on our credit card, and how am I going to pay this? So we start feeling that guilt, and maybe shame. So when we start feeling that, just take a few seconds and really question that. Like, why am I feeling this? And maybe like, when was the first time I started feeling this? And this is also what I do when I do sessions. It's like, we try to get back to the root of when those situations started happening. And, I was doing this recently with myself, just to share an example. And I remember I was in 4th grade, and I was the treasurer of my class. And this was in Colombia. So it was in a small rural town. And I couldn't have been more than, $20 equivalent, maybe even less. But we had done some sort of fundraiser, and I had like a bunch of coins, mostly in my little cloth bag. And I was the treasurer, so I brought it home, and I was all proud of myself. And then a few days later, I had to bring it back. And I went and opened my drawers, and my bag was gone. And I just remember, I don't even remember what happened. Like, that's how horrible it was. And, a family member basically took it. And I don't remember how it was resolved or any of that. But I remember that in my meditation a couple of days ago. And I went there, and I found it, where it was located in my body. And then I asked it. So I'm sharing this so it may help others. I asked, what is it that I felt? Like, what is this message? Like, what was the fear that I got from that? And what I got was that I'm not a good host for money. I can't protect it, right?
Ooh, that's powerful.
I can't be trusted with money. So that was like subconscious. So that was me as a 10-year-old. And it completely made sense, because when I get money, it kind of flows through me. So it's like, so I want to clear that because I want to be able to save it, and I want to be a good host. And so that's how I can manifest. That's why I'm sharing, right?
Yes. And that's exactly that's how I go through it as well with clients, in groups and meditations. It's going in, it's always through the body and going emotionally. That's why, I mentioned emotional neutrality with money is getting to that, really getting curious about how you emotionally relate to money, to see what's underneath the surface. And again, using your body. And through what I do, it's going into a meditative state and connecting with our bodies. We're all our own greatest healers. I am just helping to support and guide people into that state. Your body has the answers. Of course, I'm also receiving messages intuitively as well, but we all can do this work. Our body holds the key to that if we want to shift into a different experience. Again, not because there's anything wrong with you, but if you want to shift into a new experience with money, your body knows how, and it knows, what it has stored and where it's stored and how to release it so that you can move into a new experience. You can kind of close that loop, close that chapter, and open a new chapter with money. And it's really going into the body again and seeing, and of course it's an emotion, it's physical, and then leading to what you made it mean. So when I said before around, you can have I think $100 or $10,000, and the number doesn't matter. It's what you make it mean. And again, with Esme's example, it's what she made that experience mean. Another kid might have seen that and been like, oh well, they'll figure it out, and not made it mean anything about them. There's people who go through the same experiences in life, and they're wildly different outcomes and what they attach to it. And of course, it had to do with your upbringing, who you are as a person. And we all go through different things, and the emotion and what we make it mean is what then sticks. If we don't have a way to process that emotion, process that experience, that emotion, then that is what's getting stored in our body, and that's what's getting attached. And when you think about money, the work that I do and I support other people with, we're just going in with the lens kind of, or the doorway. Money is the doorway or the lens. When we get in there, it very likely doesn't have anything to do with money underneath. It's, around worthiness or deserving, or you need validation from your parents, or it could be a number of things. But oftentimes money is just kind of an easy way to look at our outer reality, see what's going on, see how we feel and relate to money. And that kind of guides us into the body to see what's going on. And as our inner world, our inner world is it's a mirror, our outer world is a mirror for our inner world. When we shift that our inner world, our outer reality shifts in tandem. It has to. So it's really that kind of game of looking what's outside, then going into the body and seeing what it's reflecting to us, and bringing in practical pieces to help us move forward, systems and structures, and just going through this flow.
Beautiful. And I totally agree with that. I couldn't have said it better. And I know we're almost out of time. Let me read some of the comments, and then I want you to tell us about your program. We almost forgot.
Oh, yeah.
So let me look at our comments. So, yeah, so people were saying that the meditation was amazing.
Oh, gosh.
Great talk. Amazing visualization. That this session is a great help. Some people are saying, hi, Vin. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
And Anna saying, Darcie, you are amazing. Thank you.
Oh gosh, thank you. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys, everybody, for being live and the replay, when you watch on the replay. And so Darcie, do tell us how we can find out, learn more from you, and tell us about your program that's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
Sure. So I actually do have, starting tomorrow, I have a 3-day, I'm calling it an experience. So it's a free 3-day experience where I'm helping people to shift their money energy. So everything that we talked about today, then taking people through the guided visualizations, those exercises to help you shift your outlook on your relationship or connection to money. And when we can do that, when we can shift that outlook, shift that connection, we are starting to make internal shifts. And we're actually, if you think about the way you're moving forward in life, the path you're going down, it's making those shifts so that you can get on the path that's pre-paved towards your financial goals. And again, not because they make you better, but because that's what you want to experience. And that's what if you are a purpose-driven person and you're moving towards something, a big vision or something you want to experience or achieve, we want to help get your money energy in line with you achieving and experiencing that vision. Because I'm sure if you're connected with Esme, you have the greater good in mind as well. And you want to help others and you care about others. And healing our connection and our relationship to money, for those of you who know you're here to help and help others, help the world, help whatever it is you came here to do, it's so important because you need those resources to be able to see that vision through. And that's why I love to work with visionaries, change makers, entrepreneurs, because they have big hearts and big missions and big visions. And money is just one of those things in this reality right now that we need in order to move forward. So if we can get to emotional neutrality with money, heal that connection and be comfortable in receiving what it is we need, then it's a lot easier to move forward and fulfill that vision and move into that. So a long way to say, I have 3 days of awesome guided visualizations, meditations, information to help you start to shift that money energy. It's free. If you want to sign up, there's a link somewhere and it will take
you can share it. People are saying where, so go ahead and share.
So I'll tag everyone and share it. So it's perfect timing. I didn't even plan this when Esme asked me on it, that it starts tomorrow. So you can join us. You'll get an email for 3 days, and I have a Facebook group that'll ask you can join as well to continue the conversation. And it's going to be talking about this and taking it that step further. So I'll include the link and I'll catch up later tonight, likely. For anyone that has any questions or you want to sign up, I would love to have you.
Amazing. Well, let me just say it was in the post, her website, Linktree, / Darcie Elizabeth.
Yeah. So that'll have the first one on there is this free 3-day experience.
So sign up for the 3-day experience, and then also I think on your Facebook page,
yes,
Darcie Elizabeth. So just we can go to her page and you'll see information about it. And so I'm signing up too, because even though energy workers and healers and it's always good when we work with each other and do the work ourselves, like you said. So
we can hold up those mirrors and help each other dive deeper. I have my own, and people who help me energetically as well.
Amazing. Well, I think the session was just perfect. I loved your guided visualization and meditation, awesome. And I think everybody liked it too. And so some people are saying, Anna's saying she's definitely signing up. And guys, I highly recommend Stacy. As you can see, why did I have this bad habit of renaming people. I just called you Stacy.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Because one of our viewers is Stacy, so I was looking at her name. So hi, Stacy.
You didn't need to say hi to Stacy.
Let me play it off. So yes, Darcie, thank you so much. And I love that you focus your energy healing on money. So I love that. And that's amazing. So yes, guys, thank you so much for being here. Yes. Thank you, Darcie. I appreciate you. And is there anything that we didn't talk about, a final message that you want to share?
No, I hope that I gave you something that will help you shift your view on money and can help you, give you some confidence around you can shift it. I've seen hundreds of people shift it just in 18 months of working with people, that There's nothing you can't, your past doesn't determine your future. And the same goes with money. You know, if you've grown in any other way, you can grow in money too. It's just maybe looking at some different beliefs and looking at some other stuff. So
I'm ready to grow. I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm sure everybody's ready to receive the money. Money flow. Well, thank you so much, Darcie. I appreciate you truly, and I'm excited to start your program tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thank you. And thank you, everybody that was here. And thank you, everybody watching the replay. Please do, like I said, follow me on social media and subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave comments and share. And I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you being here, working on yourselves, and just learning with us as we're going through this, as what I call happy soul evolution.
Yes, love it.
Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next week.